Welcome to the Fluffy Cow Studio. Thank you for coming in today. Thank you for joining us. If you are a regular customer or a regular part of our program, you come every week. Thank you so very, very much. If you are new, welcome. We hope you enjoy it here. And to our new subscribers, thank you so much. I want to remind you we are having a drawing here pretty soon, and I'll put the details at the end of the video. So, with that, let's make this cute little snowman. And we're going to start with a plastic peanut bottle, just like we made Mrs. Claus with. I'm taking a sock and cutting the logo off the toe. I'm just going to put the sock right over the top of that bottle. And I am going to cut the excess off. And then I'm going to get a styrofoam ball for his head, and I am going to cut some excess off of that sock. I would think it was 2 socks I used. And I'm going to glue the sock to the bottom of it, and I'm going to glue the sock around the opening of our jar. Now I'm going to glue the sock closed on the styrofoam ball. Then I'm going to cut the excess off, or some of it anyway. And now I'm taking my nippers. Now I'm just cutting the corners and things so I can fold that down neat so it's not poking and bulging out. Gonna trim up the other side, and I'm gonna glue it down and just kind of make it look a little bit nicer. We will be covering both sides, so it doesn't really matter, but just to kind of clean it up a little bit. Now I'm going to be gluing it inside and along the top of that jar. We've got our little head on, and I'm just gonna kind of go around the edges there and try to um, get it sealed good. Then I'm taking a very thin little piece of ribbon, and I'm going to take another little piece of ribbon, and I got these at Dollars. No, I didn't. I got the little thin one at Walmart and this little red one with the snowflakes at or at the Dollar Tree, and I am just gluing that around his neck for our scarf. I wanted it to be just a little bit bigger than it was, so that's why I'm adding or gluing the little thin green around to it, because I just wanted it a little bit bigger, and I didn't have a very wide ribbon. That was about as wide as I had. And now I'm going to take a piece, or I'm going to cut a couple pieces of the ribbon, and I'm going to use them for the ties that are hanging down. And I'm going to glue them on, and I'm also going to glue the green ribbon down as well. I'm going to trim it up, then I'm going to glue the other side and do the same thing. Take some thin green and go down. Oh, I have a fly that is bothering me. It's cold outside, so they want to get in the house, and try as I may, I can't keep them all out. Now I'm just going to um, cut them, and now is what I'm taking is making some fringe. I'm just gluing some short little strands of that ribbon on, and I think there was about 5, maybe 6 little strands I cut there just to make it look like fringe. And I do that with the other side. Oh, then I take a piece of that ribbon and I go across the fringe to kind of make it look finished. Now I'm taking some black buttons. I got these in a set from, I don't know if it was Hobby Lobby or the dollar store I got them. It's been so long ago. Then I took a little peppermint candy from Hobby Lobby and some little green foliage from a little candle ring, and I'm gluing it onto the scarf. Now I'm taking two little buttons for his eyes. And then for his mouth, I'm going to take some of this little jewelry thread that I have, and I'm just going to make a little half smile. Now I'm taking a toilet paper tube or a cardboard tube. I don't know if it was toilet paper or not, but then I cut it off, and then I'm cutting it to see it, make it even. And then I'm putting in some garbage bags because I want it to be a little secure. I don't want it to dent in. And I'm just copying the size of that tube, and now I am going to cut it out and glue it onto the top of that tube. And I'm going to take some black yarn, and I'm going to start the first couple rolls, I'll glue it all down, and then I'm just going to go a little ways, pushing the strands close together, and then I'll do a little bit more, pushing the strands down so it's tight and you don't see in between the strands of yarn. And I'm going to do that all the way down. And I glue it every so often just to hold it in place. Then I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to do it, and I cut it and started to do a circle and just kind of glue it in a circle going around, coiling it. And I'll do that on the top of the hat. Okay, now I'm going to take this spool of fishing line and I'm going to trace a circle out, and then I'm going to cut it out. And I'm going to take and cut a hole here because I was kind of hoping that it would lay a little bit better if I had part of the middle down, but it didn't work as great as I thought that way. So you don't have to cut the circle out, but now I'm taking some more yarn and I'm going to go around that brim. Just the top part, I'm not doing the bottom part. Just going to keep going around that little hat. I let this go a little longer than I thought. Then I made some braids and I braided some of that yarn, and now I'm gluing it. I'm gluing a few of them every so often around the hat. And right now I'm just cutting long strands of 6, 2 for each um, thing of, for our braid anyway, 2 strands per So there's six. I'm using two strands each, and I'm just braiding that down there. And then I will take and I will glue it onto the hat and cut the excess off. And I'll go spread them out evenly around the hat. And then I will take it around the top part of the hat, where the hat and top meet. I'm just going to take it all the way around. And then I think I did the top part of the hat too. I kind of did the side and then the top. And now I'm taking a piece of orange pipe cleaner and I am curled it up on a pencil, and then I'm going to glue it onto my snowman, but it was really bright orange and I wanted to tone it down, so I used a little bit of burnt sienna at first, but then I changed to red, crimson red, to kind of tone it down to the color I wanted. Now I'm taking some white paint and I'm just dry brushing along that hat, and I'm dry brushing so that it will pick up the patterns of the whatchamacallit better, the braids and the fabric and things. And um, now I'm just kind of, there's a whole bunch of fuzzies on that yarn, and so I'm just burning them little fuzzies off. And then I'm going to take some more white, it's just white acrylic paint, and I'm just going to dry brush on that hat. Okay, now that I got that done, I wrapped some ribbon around it, and now I'm gluing some greenery onto it. And then I will grab a few little berries. I thought I cut this out, but I'm going to grab some berries and I'm just going to glue them on. Okay, guess I got one more to glue on there. Okay, now I'm going to take a little silver beaded necklace. It came from Walmart about the 4th of July time. It came with red, silver, and blue. And I'm just going to take this and I'm going to go along the top edge and along the side of that top edge. Then I'll cut off the extra. Now I'm going to glue a couple candy canes on to that little bundle there. That little decoration on the hat, I'm gluing candy canes, little faux candy canes. Now I'm taking some of that silver beaded necklace again, and I am going to glue it around the edge of the hat. Man, it's been so crazy at work. It's only the first week of December and I'm already wishing Christmas was over. Oh, I can't wait to be able to get out of that job. Now I'm just going to snip off the excess. Now I'm taking some black acrylic paint and painting the bottom of our hat, at least the cardboard part. Once that gets good and dry, while it's drying, I'm going to take this snowflake that we got from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to be painting it white with apple barrel acrylic white paint. Now I did not paint the back. I usually almost always do. However, this is such a light colored board that it's very light on the bottom. I'm not selling this or giving it away, so therefore I figured it was okay to just let that go. But normally I would paint the bottom side. But today the I'm just doing the top. Now I'm going to glue my hat down. That you want to make sure your paint's really dry, because if it's not, it will not stick. And I got this on and I'm trying to adjust it a little bit, and I ended up thinking, oh, I'll glue the hat down to the little sock and it'll kind of be like a bent rim. It just pulled the sock up and made his face all look distorted. So I um, did that, and right now I'm kind of shoving that part of that sock right up there underneath into that little hole area that we have underneath that hat. But to cover my screw up, I will be taking some pink. Oh my goodness, I am delirious. I'm going to take some red pipe cleaner in the tinsel kind, and I'm just going to glue it under the edge of the hat. And it will cover all that up. Now I'm taking I twisted some red and green and silver pipe cleaner together to make his arms. And then I just twisted some red around that for his hands. I'm just twisting it around the end to make it look like his little fingers or whatever. Or the branches on the little limb. And now I'm going to glue on a little snowflake so it looks like he caught a snowflake. But it's a little foam snowflake from the Dollar Tree I had from last year, but it kind of was a little bit heavy on his thing. And then I took one of those glitter snowflake stickers from the Dollar Tree and put it on top of his hat. Now I am taking some of these Dollar Tree fairy lights, and I'm going to go around the snowman and around all the whole shape of the snowflake. We're going to go around it all. And I'm gluing it in between the lights so that I do not get the lights and glue them down. Right now I'm just kind of twirling it around. Now I'm going to take that down on the little edge of that snowflake, and then I'm going to go down the next one. Just going to keep going around. I'm shooing that fly that keeps bugging me. And he hit my microphone, so you probably heard that. I hope you guys all had a good Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Now after I got that done, I'm going to take some of this fiber fill or quilt batting and I'm going to glue it on top, making sure that I am not getting any of those little lights. I'm just going to glue it down on the wires or just the wood, but I'm not going to put it on any of the lights. I'm just doing it a section at a time. Then I'm taking my scissors and just kind of vaguely going around those edges of the snowflake. And then I'm going to take another piece and glue it down, making sure I'm not getting them lights. Then vaguely cutting around the snowflake edge. Gonna put some more right there. Okay, now I'm just giving it a haircut, and for all those ones that I got one more to do. It's kind of hard to tell on this little screen, but and now I'm gluing some pom-poms on, and I had these little mousse, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll use these mousse because I needed to dress it up some way. But then I'm thinking that maybe I should use the mousse for something cuter. I don't know. But nonetheless, they're going on this little program or on this little snowman right now, and some are sitting on or playing on the snowballs, and then some's laying in the snow. Nonetheless, they're all having a pretty good time. They're having a merry old time on that little snowflake on the snow-covered ground. I guess reindeer like the snow, I'm guessing. I don't know for sure, but Santa's little reindeer likes the snow. Let's put it that way. Okay, and now I'm just gonna put a couple snowballs here and there, and then I'm going to take some little berries and just glue a few little berries around. Just kind of give it a little bit of color. Then I'm going to take a star and I'm going to glue, this is a glitter star from the dollar store. I'm just gluing it onto the snowflake and onto the snowman. And then I have this tree from Dollar Tree. It's an LED and I just glued it on. Here is the final project. Now, for if you want to be in the drawing that we are going to be having for a surprise because we reached 50 subscribers. Thank you very, very much. And as a thank you, I'm going to have a drawing and I want to put everybody who wants to be in this drawing in the drawing. Is all you have to do is number one, you have to be subscribed. And I will put my YouTube or my email address, which is fluffycowstudio 25@gmail.com, and I will put that in the description below. And just is all you got to do is send me a name and an address where I can send the package if you win. That's all you got to do. With that being said, have a Merry Christmas and enjoy your day. Thank you.